Hello and welcome back. I know it's been a while, but oh my god, is this the same guy that was just going on about how he's going to do videos all the time and he's flopped it? He hasn't been here for a while and he just thinks that he can pull the wool over your eyes? Pull the other one! Anyway, moving on. So, welcome back to my channel where we try to do these weekly videos. Or more like week at videos because he doesn't even upload. Am I right? He's the one that's flopping, not me. Go explain yourself. Okay. I'll admit it. I flopped it. There's not even that many of you that are continuously watching these videos anyway, so why am I telling you? Because I'm shameless. Because I am shameless enough to go and make a whole video about the topic of a good friend of mine. Please welcome a good friend. Procrastination. It's so nice of you to join.
No, really, it's my pleasure. I have plenty of time to kill.
What is it? Why are we doing it? And how are we able to spot the signs that we are in fact procrastinating? I mean, if I had the answers, then I probably wouldn't have wasted the last few weeks without putting a second's effort in. Procrastination is that time that you've probably had in your life where you're in the build-up to exams and all of a sudden you've found something that is infinitely more interesting. It's a TV series that you've otherwise watched and not really cared much for, that is all of a sudden the most amazing thing in the world. It might be also the feeling that before you can do any revision, the whole place needs to be absolutely spotless, despite you previously never having really cleaned your room in your life. One of my many run-ins with procrastination was probably in a lead up to the pre-reg exam. There's this big textbook of Campbell and Reese's biology that I had in first year university, and I started flicking through the pages. Now, realistically, what was in that book had absolutely nothing or very little to do with the exam that I was sitting. I was so fascinated and I was reading each page and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to dedicate my life to biology. I remember that night vividly in my mind because of how excited I was about this textbook, and I was thinking, this is not procrastination, because after this exam I'll prove everyone wrong and I will keep reading this book. I don't think I read another page since, and that was about 7 or 8 years ago. You get my drift. To better paint the picture, I figured I could go back to a throwback to high school.
The throwback to high school years. I was generally pretty good, but unfortunately there were some subjects I took less seriously and got in trouble in. In one of those in particular, I'd have detentions where I would have to write down 200 times, "Procrastination is the thief of time and time must not be wasted." After completing this, I'd then hand this over to the teacher, and to my raging teenage self, I would watch him rip it to pieces in front of me. How dare he? He should have framed it on his wall. And I would witness that for quite a few detentions. Kind of like how moths keep going towards the burning light and not learning their lesson, I was witnessing live my efforts and time being torn apart in front of my young, angry eyes. See, there are many ways we procrastinate. It might be me initially trying to film the perfect video, or making excuses like I don't have time, rather than not being able to manage it effectively, or us telling ourselves that what we're currently doing must be done before any progress can be made. In fact, this very video is probably me procrastinating because of something more important I should be doing. I think what it comes down to in some way though, is sometimes there might be legitimate reasons we need to reprioritize our time and all the things we want to achieve. Time is a finite resource, and compromises have to be made if there are a lot of things that you want to do, or things you have to do, or things you have to do but don't want to do. And I hope that it provides growth. Maybe if I look back on this video and think, what a waste of time that was, it shows that I've been able to better manage my time and hold myself accountable for it. The funny thing is that when we have more going on, we seem to value our time more. Because there are more compromises that have to be made, the time that we do have for things we want to do holds more meaning to it. I guess as far as you and I are concerned, our job is to be able to recognize the things that are urgent, time critical and require a shift of our priorities, and those which are just procrastination plying its mind tricks on us. So as I try to get back into the YouTube routine, I guess it turns out that our good friend procrastination isn't really a good friend after all. That's why it seems to come and go from our lives at the most critical points in our journey. So, stop procrastinating, hit that subscribe button and stick around. So long as it's not a time when you do actually need to do something a bit more pressing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully I'll see you sometime in the near future.